Hey YouTube, this is part of the Google Maps, my Google Maps project series. It's basically just me learning how to use all the different Google Maps API, JavaScript API features, using a Fusion table as well, which is also another Google product. So I can't remember exactly where we left off in my other videos, but this is what I've got so far. I've used the Fusion table, which you can download from the Google Web Store. I don't know if you need to have if you need to own the Google suite of products to use this. I have a Chromebook, and that's what this video series is tailored to, people that use Chromebooks. So I haven't used a non-Chromebook in a while, so I'm not sure how that works for other people. My Chromebook comes with all the Google stuff. I don't have, I own all the Google stuff. Now, I don't know what's free and what's not free, but you can try to go to your Google Drive, which I believe is free. Maybe not. See, I don't know. But anyway, you go to your Google Drive, and you're able to create a Fusion table. And a Fusion table is nothing more than a big spreadsheet where you can enter in columns and rows of different stuff. And in order to, it'll instantly render you a map inside of Fusion tables. And you can easily just publish this map. It gives you a link. It gives you an iframe version, so you can put it in a website if you're building a website, or you can just have someone link right to the page, or you can actually write out the code. So they give you a lot of options. They give you the HTML and JavaScript if you're making. That way you can have complete control over your map, and that's what I did. They have another API known as the JavaScript Map API, and what that basically does is let you fully customize your map. So I think I'm not sure if I showed the video where, I'll show you now though. The styling wizard. So you go to the Google Maps styling wizard. There's the address right there for it. And you can create a style. And you can start with one of their base styles, and you can just add and subtract, basically these are like the main labels, roads, landmarks. Say you wanted to do a map that was like zoomed way out, and you wanted to do it by you wanted to do it by country or something, or you wanted to do like a world overview by country. You'd zoom out and you'd remove all the labels except the ones you needed. So you can ratchet down. You can ratchet down the label. You can get rid of the roads, so forth and so on. That gets rid of labels totally. You could get rid of all labels if you'd like, But you can also go into more options, and this is where you can customize every little thing. Say you wanted to change the water. That's what this is for. Make it really light blue. So you can control, and you can, when you zoom in, you can see here, you can control every little thing. You control what the highways look like, transit lines, different parts of the map, and you'll figure out what each one corresponds to when you zoom in and out So only certain things are visible on certain different zooms, but you'll figure all that out. But you basically you build all that, and then you hit finish, and it gives you this big array, and you copy the JSON. It's an array of objects, and each object defines a different map piece. And then if you go to the if you go to the JavaScript API for Google Maps, they'll give you big chunks of the code. And see, this is where mine is inside of my. You'll slowly learn the different. I mean, Google Maps has a million. It's very complex. It's got a million different methods to it, and different different components to it that you basically call up with an initialized map. In my case, an initialized map function, which I've been able to piece together different things. So within my program, like I've got my mom's map here that I'm making, but you can also revert it back. You can revert the style back to a regular map. You can use a regular map with terrain if you want. You can do a satellite without labels, and of course you could do my custom map. And you learn how to move the controls around. You notice these controls are not in the same spot. You can install a street view window wherever you want and customize that. And now I've actually built in custom functions, so we can do directions between points of interest for my mom. How do I get from A to B, basically? And boom, as soon as you click it, it's gonna install that direction. They have a directions service that you can read about, and then it's gonna give you. In this case, it's giving, instead of like a long list of directions, it's giving turn by turn, and it's giving you a point for each turn that you have to do. You can clear that off by just setting the start and finish to the same spot. So it's really neat what I've so far. It's pretty cool. And I've got this thing, so if she's exploring somewhere, like I got the set center function. So let's say this is like where is set center. Click it once, and then like she's gone off to look in some weird place over here in Buena Park. I went out. I meant to go in. So she's like in Buena Park now, and she's like been looking around different places in Buena Park, and she's like, how the heck do I get back to my other? I just want to go back to look where I am now. I don't want to be like in Buena Park anymore. And you click center map, and it snaps right to. It snaps right back to where she was, which is cool. It's a cool function for people that like might not that just want to explore the map, or might not be the most familiar with the Google Map software, like how to navigate around, or if you're on a touch screen and it's being a pain in the butt, you can just set your center, and then you can always get back to your center. So that's a cool piece of functionality. And like the JavaScript API, this is the regular Maps API, like in the JavaScript Maps API right here. Is going to give you all the different things that you can do in tutorials on how to do it. Like there's so many things you can do for visualizing data, making different markers. And then they've got a guides section with tutorials and just about 8 billion different things that you can do to a map. If you have like a big chunk of data and you want to do something like you would do on D3, they can do big data files. Mine is just a small little personal project just to get familiar with the Google JavaScript API, but you can really expand this to big data too.